All right, folks, welcome. We're so happy to have you here tonight. My name is, or this morning, depending on where you are. My name is Jim Flater, and I work with the Division of Professional Studies. And we're here tonight for the open house for the Cybersecurity Master's Program at UMBC. With further ado, I'm going to introduce Dr. Rick Forno, who is the Graduate Program Director. We look forward to seeing his presentation. Dr. Forno, it's yours.
All right, great. Thanks, Jim. Hi, everybody. Thanks for spending part of your day with us, your morning or your afternoon with us. So this will be a fairly straightforward presentation for the next, 20, 25 minutes or so to go over the UMBC Graduate Cybersecurity Program. UMBC, thankfully, we're really blessed by geography. We exist at the heart of cybersecurity, both in the United States and really for the world. Here in Central Maryland. If you look at the map on the right side of your screen, you can see a map with two red stars. Those stars show the location of our campuses. And the star on the right is just south of Baltimore, Maryland, which is where I'm based normally. And the other star is in our Shady Grove campus, which is just northwest of Washington, D.C. The program is offered at both locations, but I like using this picture to show you the concentration of cybersecurity and cyber-related organizations in Maryland. Those dark green shades gives you an idea of the concentration of government, military, and commercial cybersecurity entities within our convenient geographic radius. And that's really great because when you want to study cybersecurity, it's always good to have companies and external entities that you can look at for internships or faculty mentoring, things like that. So really, just by nature of where we're located, we're the perfect spot to study cybersecurity. At any given time, just in Maryland alone, there are upwards of 7,000 or 8,000 unfilled cybersecurity job vacancies, many of which are related to the federal government and military. But there are a lot of private sector companies, large companies you've probably heard of, Under Armour, McCormick, T. Rowe Price, that have their headquarters or large computing presences in Maryland. Amazon opened up their second headquarters in Washington, D.C., and there is a wealth of cybersecurity and opportunities there as well. So really, you're blessed by geography in terms of looking to get exposure to cybersecurity. UMBC itself is a leader in cybersecurity in a couple of ways, and just to kind of highlight some of the items that we're most proud of, we, for well over 20 years, have been designated by the National Security Agency as a center of academic excellence in both cybersecurity education and cybersecurity research. And what this really means is that the government has looked at the government cybersecurity experts have looked at UMBC's curriculum at the undergraduate level in particular, and also graduate research, and really think that we're doing what needs to be done in terms of preparing the next generation of cyber practitioner, which is great. We're one of only a handful of schools in the United States that is designated both a center of academic excellence in both education and research. Most schools are either one or the other. We're also national champions in our intercollegiate cyber defense competition team, as you can see there, holding the trophies, and then us posing with our former president and the former governor of Maryland at the state capitol. We're repeat winners of numerous regional events, and in only our second trip to national finals, we took first place. So we've got a very active cyber competition team, extracurricular activity. We're also involved in federal scholarship programs that are fairly exclusive to the cybersecurity field, the Scholarship for Service program, and we are involved at the National Cybersecurity Center of Excellence. We actually helped establish that center in Maryland to serve sort of as the commercial version of NSA, the National Security Agency, to look at cybersecurity research for the commercial and the private sector. And we have faculty and students that are engaged at the NCCOE headquarters, which is literally around the corner from our campus at Shady Grove, similar to how NSA is just around the corner from us in our main campus. Speaking of the NSA, Not to scare anybody off, but UMBC's had a 20-year plus partnership with the agency that spans education and research. A lot of our alumni go on to work at at NSA, undergraduates and graduate students. Several from our program have gone on to work at NSA. NSA has research space and computing capabilities at our tech incubator in our research park. Many of the faculty in our program are NSA employees that come to us in the evenings to offer their expertise in the classroom, which is great. The students really pick up on it. And it's been a very good synergistic relationship for many, many years. So I just like to put that out there because the NSA does not partner as deeply or as broadly with as many universities as they do with UMBC. And we're kind of the role model as they reach out to partner with other universities. And that just shows that, we're doing it right with them, if so to speak. But UMBC itself, we really have a lot going on in terms of cybersecurity. And what I want to do is just kind of leave this slide up for a minute and kind of show you the range of resources, capabilities, and activities that are going on at UMBC related to cybersecurity. Now, this slide is going back to fall of 2022. Here we are in spring of 23, and there are already some things that I'll need to update because we've got new research groups, new capabilities. Things have changed a little bit, and it's good. It shows that there's a lot of exciting stuff going on. But UMBC generally, we look at cybersecurity through four kind of key pillars. We're a university, so certainly education is number one. I mean, that's why you're here today listening to us. We're also very active on the research front, looking at cybersecurity research questions, both technical and non-technical, to look at, how could we improve things for the better? And then through entrepreneurship and our research park, we look at, cybersecurity startups, and we've got several cyber-related incubators that give funding and support to up-and-coming cybersecurity companies, some of which hire our students as interns or employees. And then partnership, we can't do this by ourselves. So we've got collaborations with universities and companies near and far. We have several active partnerships with universities in the United Kingdom, in India, in Portugal, Japan, certainly, and many other places around the world, and certainly within the United States. But I like to use this slide to kick things off to show you that there is a lot here at UMBC. It's not simply a place to get your degree and move on. You can certainly do that, but there are a lot of other opportunities here that you as a UMBC graduate student can take advantage of. And certainly it gives you a more well-rounded and more robust educational experience to help you enter or progress through your career. As I said, we have two campus locations. Our main campus is in Catonsville, Maryland, which is just south of Baltimore and about 5 minutes away from the BWI International Airport. And then we have our campus in Rockville, Maryland at the Universities of Shady Grove, which is just northwest of Washington, D.C. This program is offered at both locations. I'd say 80% of the courses are identical. There are some different electives that are offered at the various locations, but by and large, you can do this degree at either location. The way we offer our program, we started this program in 2011, and it was fully in-person, lecture-based in a classroom, coming to class once a week. Over time, we've experimented with a wide range of things, online-only courses, hybrid courses, and in-person. COVID and the pandemic certainly brought everything online, and now we're striking a happy balance between offering some lecture courses, but the majority of our courses have been online and more so hybrid, to afford students greater flexibility for their personal or professional lives and needs. And that's worked out pretty well. So again, the pandemic kind of showed us what worked and what students were looking for, and we have capitalized on that in how we offer our courses. As for who's overseeing the program, just let you know that the program's in good hands. I came to UMBC in 2010. I'm not a career academic. I've been here for 13 years, but I came here from industry. I've been everything from a hands-on keyboard geek all the way up to chief security officer at the company that literally was at the center of the internet. So I've seen this industry grow up over the years. I've been part of many exciting developments for it, and it was UMBC's approach to cybersecurity and My desire to sort of share lessons learned that is what brought me here. So, I'm not somebody who has never been in industry. I've been in industry. I know what you're experiencing or what you may be going to experience, and that informs how we run this program and the courses that we offer. So as far as the programs we offer, we have our graduate degree and 3 graduate certificates, which you can see on the screen. I'm going to go through each of these in turn just to show you what's involved with them. And we'll start with the certificates. 3 graduate certificates are 4 courses each with 12 credits. You can do them in a year. They're structured so you can do them in a year. As you can see, one is on strategy and policy, one is on cybersecurity operations, and one is on emergency management. If you're more technically oriented, you might be interested in the cybersecurity operations, which is more technically inclined than the strategy and policy certificate, which is geared more towards policymakers, law enforcement, intelligence, and strategy type of people, as you can maybe infer from the courses listed. The operations certificate also allows you to take an elective to explore other areas of cybersecurity that may be of interest to you. So you've got some flexibility there if you're brand new to the field. And then finally, the certificate in emergency management we offer jointly with the Emergency Health Services graduate program, and that focuses on disasters, as you can see, mitigation, response, recovery, and preparedness. We have several students that are using those 4 disaster-related courses as the electives in their cybersecurity graduate degree. So when they graduate, they're earning their graduate degree and the certificate in emergency management. So they get 2 diplomas when they leave. So these are the graduate certificates that we offer. The master's degree, it's a master's of professional studies currently. It is 10 courses and 30 credits. It is non-thesis, so we are not a research degree. The degree is structured around 6 core courses and 4 electives. The core courses you can see in the center of your screen, and you may recognize them. A lot of these core courses look very similar to what you saw here with the first 2 certificates, and that is intentional. You can be a graduate student pursuing your graduate degree and also earn 1 or more of the certificates provided you've completed the required courses. With the graduate degree itself, you have up to 5 years to complete the degree. Most students will do it in about 2 years, 2.5 years at most. You take 6 core courses that are listed, 4 electives. And as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, a list of electives covers both technical and non-technical courses. Most of these are offered by my program. Some of them are offered jointly with the computer science program. That being said, not every elective is appropriate for every student. You may think that a course on malware analysis or reverse engineering sounds really cool, but unless you've got a strong programming background and are comfortable with things like compilers and assemblers and looking at things like that, those may not be the best courses for you. So, we offer a range of courses to appeal to all levels of students, both technical and non-technical. Are there any questions about the certificates or the graduate degree that I can answer for you?
Okay, I would just like to ask,
Hello, Doctor. Good evening once again.
Hold on. I think Iba, you were on first.
Yeah. So are there any specific industry certifications that your program prepares students for, like such as the certified ethical hacker or the certified information system security professional?
Are you saying do we offer courses along those lines?
No, are there any specific like industry certifications that your program prepares students for?
We do not offer any of those specifically. Some of the courses, we don't teach to those certificates specifically because that's not what we do in 4-credit education. However, I have had students that when they took Introduction to Cybersecurity with me, they then left after the final exam and they took the CISSP exam and passed it. So even though I didn't use any of the CISSP material, I covered enough of that certificate that they then were able to earn the certificate by passing the exam without taking a prep course. One of our electives, the practitioner lab, does have a section that is loosely based around the modules of the CEH certificate, the Certified Ethical Hacker. Again, although we do not teach to that certificate, the instructor will let if the student is in that course and then goes and sits for the exam on their own, the CEH exam, and passes it, as long as they show the instructor that they passed the exam, then the student is not required to sit through the final exam of the course. So they've received the training, the education, but again, we're not teaching to the exam specifically. Does that help answer your question?
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Kumar.
Yeah, good evening, Doctor. Once again, I'm from completely networking background, not from the coding and programming. I have very good experience on switching, routing, and wireless LAN technologies. I would like to pursue the cybersecurity. So, which course you recommend for my master's?
Well, certainly the master's degree, certainly. And then you can see courses that are listed here. And when you read the descriptions, in the catalog, you'll map out your electives based on what interests you. What I will say is, what you see on the screen are many electives. They're not the only electives. So depending on what is offered in a given semester, there may be a course on computer science or computer engineering related to networking, security in a networking environment or whatnot that you certainly could take as part of this degree. So,
okay, thank you.
You have this, unlike a lot of other graduate degrees that target, professionals. This is not a cookie cutter, rigidly structured program. Yes, you've got to take those 6 core courses, but those 4 electives are really based around what your personal or professional interests are. And those can be courses from the cybersecurity, this program, computer science. If it's outside this program, my advice is run it past me first to make sure that it's appropriate. But you're not limited to just taking courses, from the cybersecurity program. And it's great because we have a very strong computer science and computer engineering graduate programs as well. So there may be courses there that are of interest to you as well.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So how is the Master's of Professional Studies degree different from other degrees? Well, we try to split the difference. We're not an MS in computer science. We're not teaching computing theory, and we're not getting really in the weeds into things like how does encryption work at a mathematical level. At the same time, we're not an MBA or a program that is focused only on the business aspects and the operational aspects of the real world. What we try to do is blend the knowledge and expertise of cybersecurity with the knowledge and expertise of the quote unquote working world and industry to position you to be a qualified practitioner to enter or move further into the cybersecurity workforce. And that really is a sweet spot for us, and one that so far seems to be working. So as far as some of the key strengths of our program, and this is really the only marketing slide I have here, I'm very happy to say that in the 13 years that I've been here, we have faculty who have been here from the beginning, many of them. Most of our faculty are adjunct professors, meaning they work in industry, NSA or some of the local companies and contractors in the area, who then come to us in the evenings to develop and teach courses. Many of our courses were developed and are maintained by these faculty who are working in the field. So they're not, career academics. They're working on the latest and greatest tools, technologies, and stuff that you read about in the news. Chances are some of our faculty are probably involved in that at work. A good example of that will be the Stuxnet virus that crippled the Iranian nuclear program several years ago. That was all over the news in the Western world for several years or for several months. And some of our faculty were, in their workplaces, were pretty actively engaged, and knowledgeable about that. But there's only so much they could say to our students because it was a classified thing, obviously. But many of our faculty have been around for as long as me, if not longer. They've written books and laws and regulations on cybersecurity. And again, that means a lot to the students. You know, these aren't just people, you know, here to get a paycheck. I get a lot of interest in folks wanting to teach for us, but we really want our faculty to be rock stars, to use that term, who care about education and care about the student experience and bring that passion to the classroom. Our schedule is very flexible, and it's designed for people who may be working in the industry already. As I said earlier, our courses are a combination of lecture-based, online, or hybrid. And you have a broad range of electives through our catalog. You're not limited to just cybersecurity courses. As I said, you could take courses from computer science, information systems, or data science that may be related to cybersecurity. And again, in those cases, I would suggest you check with our advising pages or your program director to make sure that it's relevant for your degree. We're also able to roll out courses quickly on topics of interest to students or employers. If you remember back in 2013, the Edward Snowden disclosures rocked the world with the the internet surveillance. Well, a lot of students were interested in that, and that story broke in the spring of 2013, and by that fall, we had a course on insider threats prepared, developed, and actually was full. We had students signed up for it from day one. So we're able to quickly adapt our curriculum to meet current events as needed, and that's important. So we're staying on the bleeding edge. And then finally, we give you opportunities. If you think back to that slide that had all the various research groups and student groups and things going on, those are all available to you as UMBC students. You are members of the computer science and electrical engineering department. You can attend research talks, department talks, tech talks, career networking events, our job fair. All these things are available to you. We put the word out when and where they are, as will other offices on campus. All you have to do is show up and take it and participate. And that, I think, also sets us apart from a lot of other universities that really only focus on the education and the classroom bit. We have this whole other range of capabilities to make your experience at UMBC as robust as it can be, to hopefully position you in the best way possible for the for post-graduation. In terms of meeting the needs of employers, this one of you mentioned the CISSP certificate. This survey is put out every year by the folks that are behind the CISSP certification, and I just like to use it to show you that a lot of the latest buzzwords: artificial intelligence, cloud computing, risk analysis, governance, threat intelligence, security analysis. This is what industry is looking for. And these are the same things that we're teaching in our programs. Maybe not all of them, but you're getting exposure to many of them, which is, again, what many companies are looking for these days. So again, we're staying aligned with what industry is looking for in the minds and capabilities of people they're looking to hire. Similarly, as I said, the MPS degree is a blend of both the skills and knowledge of cybersecurity and the skills and knowledge of being a mature professional in the workplace. This also shows you, kind of where things lie. One of the research groups that we contract with does this annual survey about what employers are looking for. And what's interesting is, if you look on the left-hand side, the top skills that they're looking for: communication, writing, research. Okay. When UMBC was looking to launch this program back in 2009, they asked local Maryland employers, if you were going to hire students from a cybersecurity program, what are the top, 5 or 10 things you'd be interested in? What would you look for as a hiring manager? And they said the same thing. We want people who can work well as a team, who can communicate, who can write well and research and think critically, and hopefully they know about technology and we can work with them. But they did not want people that were just geeks but couldn't work as part of a team, because in the corporate world and industry, you have to be part of a team. You have to think critically. You will be asked to do presentations and talks. So you need to have not just the expertise of a good security person, but the capabilities and expertise to put that knowledge into practice in the workplace. So again, what we do is try to blend both of these tables, if you will, in how we structured our program and what we bring to our students. And again, Maryland, after graduation, there are a ton of opportunities for cybersecurity, both in Maryland, around the country, and around the world. In Maryland, a lot of the cybersecurity jobs are government related, which may or may not be applicable for you or of interest to you. But we also have many companies and private companies and government contractors that want cybersecurity experts, regardless of where they're from. So either way, again, you're in the heart of global cybersecurity here in Maryland. As far as student experience goes at UMBC, again, going back to that slide earlier, there are a ton of student groups and departmental talks. We've done some field trips to other institutions to do cyber war games and compete with military teams that were competing in a cybersecurity, a cyber war game exercise. We did that with the Army War College a couple of years ago. There are a lot of opportunities and activities that will enhance what you can get here at UMBC. Again, you can just get your degree and move on, but we offer you so much more that will hopefully make you a more well-rounded and more attractive prospective employee to a hiring manager. So again, got these opportunities as a UMBC student, take advantage of them. We do accept transfer credits, usually up to 6 graduate credits can be accepted for transfer. There's no need to worry about that now, and you'll get copies of these slides sent to you later on. But we do accept some transfer credit. The key thing is it cannot have been used for another graduate degree. As far as enrollment, full-time status is 9 credits, and part-time status is usually anything less than that, 1 to 8. International students must maintain full-time status, so you'll have to take at least 3 credits, 3 courses, 3 3-credit courses during your semesters with us. Your first semester, you will take a course that is either hybrid or in person, and that's a requirement for a U.S. visa. But as I say, after that, you have options for online and hybrid and everything in between. I'm not involved with the money, but you can see the tuition and fees there for Maryland and non-Maryland residents, and international may have a different price structure. And are either of you UMBC undergrads? Probably not. So really, as I said, it was going to be a short and sweet presentation. If you've got questions about the program itself, questions about the industry, things like that, certainly feel free to reach out to me. If you are looking to apply, if you've got questions about how to apply, getting into courses, enrollment, you haven't heard back from the graduate school, things like that, please contact our team at cyber@umbc.edu. Do feel free to check out the program's website. You see there as well that goes through our admissions criteria, international applications, what we look for our international applicants. You see course descriptions and more descriptions for our faculty. And then to kind of get a sense for what UMBC is doing more broadly in cybersecurity, check out our Center for Cybersecurity website at cybersecurity.umbc.edu for kind of that big picture understanding of what we offer. And with that, I will open it up for any questions. Any other questions?
Guys, do you have questions? You can unmute and ask. You don't have to type it in chat.
Yeah, there's only 2 of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have applied this course on Jan 25th. I'm still waiting for my admission confirmation. I would like to know the status.
I mean,
Or
When did
shall
you
I
apply?
write? I applied for this cybersecurity. Jan 20,
When did you apply?
Jan 25th.
January 25th.
Yes.
Okay. Jim can take that to the admissions folks and look into that. I will say we have a significant backlog that we're going through, but certainly if your application is complete, it will be processed as promptly once the admissions committee gets it. But he can look into it and give you a status report later this week.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So like a few weeks ago, I had some discussions with one of the graduate admission officers, and they informed me that there will be some type of like application fee waivers provided by the like graduate admissions office. So I would like to ask if that is still like provided or like if it is available.
Is there an application fee waiver? Jim, do you know about that?
Yes, you should be getting an email with that information. So yes, there will be a waiver that's offered. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, thank you
Yep,
for your time.
no worries.
Over to you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay. All right. So, other questions? Last call for questions.
Okay, just one last question about the like career paths, right? So if someone who graduate from like master's in cybersecurity wants to go into an industry like a I would say security analyst like career path, would they be working in a very code-oriented environment or like more non-technical side?
It depends. I mean, I'm just to kind of put this in perspective. I don't want to, at the risk of sounding like a college professor, it really depends. My own personal background, I come from the humanities. My entire career has been in cyber, in technical fields, in technical aspects of cyber. It just depends on where you may be working. Some security analysis functions are extremely technical. Some may not be as technical. It just depends on the company or the organization in question and what expertise they're looking for at any given time. But I would say ideally, certainly at the minimum, a security analyst needs to have a solid understanding of cybersecurity, fundamental concepts, and then certainly the concepts and techniques of the bad guy, of the adversary, and certainly notions of risk and risk management. And then, again, those sort of things we cover in our core courses. And then depending further, you might gain more expertise through some of our electives. But to answer your question, it all depends on what company or organization hires you, what they're looking for in their security analysts. Does that make sense? Okay. Well, this was fairly straightforward tonight. I hope this made sense to you. You will be receiving copies of the slides sometime in the next day or two from UMBC. And again, if you have questions about the program or admissions information, please contact us, and we will be happy to do what we can to get it along. And we look forward to seeing your applications and hopefully seeing you on campus sometime soon. So thanks very much, and have a great rest of your day.